Then we have another set of offerings. I don't know if it's set back there or not. We have another set of offerings, etc., that you can do if you don't scare your family away. It's called the wrathful offerings. What are the wrathful offerings? The wrathful offerings are in relations to clearing obstacles and purifying negative karma. Along with the wrathful offerings, we have a prayer that we do called kangsha. Kangsha is confession of our negative actions. Why do you confess to Setra? Setra is an enlightened being. Confession to any enlightened being with the 4 opponent powers purifies the causes for us to keep suffering negativities. Again, let me repeat. Confessing the negative activity motivated by the 4 opponent powers creates the causes for us to purify that negativity without having to experience it or lessening the experience to an enlightened being. So if you can confess to a grasshopper, nothing happens. You can confess, you grab a cockroach and confess to that, and with the 4 opponent powers, nothing happens. You confess to your wife, she's sleeping and snoring away and farting, nothing happens. You confess to your puppy dog, nothing happens. He just wags his tail. But confessing to an enlightened being, such as a Dharma protector or a Buddha, with the 4 opponent, not just that, oh, I did something bad, I regret it, then you're thinking back in your mind, never mind, if I slip again, I can confess again. No, that's not real confession. Real confession is combined with the 4 opponent powers, then you will purify that negative action. When you purify that negative action, you put Setra out of a job. Why? There's nothing to protect you from anymore. Nothing to protect you. So the purpose of him protecting you is to lead you to the state of not needing protection. He doesn't make you dependent on him, like some kind of drug addict. You know, you don't make pujas to me, I don't protect you. Then you're a drug addict, a Setra drug addict for the rest of samsara. No. That's not the purpose. He is to help you to overcome so that you can protect yourself. Then, the wrathful offerings is like this, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago. It's in relations to confession. It's in relations to confession and purifying that negative karma through confession. Real confession. Real confession, the 4 opponent powers, ends with not committing that action again. Then it's real. If you confess and you do it again, what's the point? You say to Lama, oh, I'm sorry, you offer big baskets, offer flowers, bread, tea, money, grapes, whatever. Say, oh, I'm sorry, you regret. Oh, I don't want to do that. I did so bad. And next day you do it again. Next week you do it again. Next year you do it again. Keep the money. The offerings didn't do much. So, the wrathful offerings is this. Listen very carefully, because people get misunderstood and they look at Tibetan offerings and say, hey, why so fierce? Why so wrathful? Why all like that? Why? Let me explain in short and simple language. Because if I go into details, we're going to be here for a long, long time. Short and simple. Your anger, my anger, our anger, the anger of our enemies, the anger of our friends, the anger of the people in hell, the anger of the people and the beings in the animal realm, in the spirit realm, in the God realm, in the Deva realm, in all of samsara, all the anger. And similarly, the pride, the ego, the lust, all the wrong perception, wrong projection, all of that and its cause and its results, karma, all is intangible. So in our meditations, we make it tangible. We make that into a huge corpse of a human being. And that human being is symbolic of all these negative things that I just mentioned. And then we generate ourselves as a meditational deity, or we just visualize it if we don't have a higher tantric initiation. And we chop this person up. We chop this person up. As we chop this person up, we visualize all the problems and difficulties and all these ugliness disappear. Why? Because you are removing the cause of it. You're removing the cause, not the symptom. Yes, it's just a visualization and nothing really happens. But from visualization comes action. Because by visualizing and wishing, you create the causes for it to manifest. Everything you have now comes from a wish. And you fantasize. And you think about it. And you want it. And then when you grow up, or some of us grow up, you have it. All of it comes from that. So similarly, everything comes from the mind. So the mind's visualization or the wishes and aspirations are non-tangible. So we make it tangible by this visualization. And it's wrathful. Why? Your wrath is faster and quicker. So therefore, we visualize this huge being and we chop it. We chop the head. We take the eyes and the nose, the ears, the mouth, the tongue out, and we make that a wrathful flower. We make that a wrathful flower. The wrathful flower at the bottom of it is a skull, the skull of this being. This being, not you, not your friends. This being. Then the tongue, the nose, the heart, the two ears. It's a wrathful. It looks like a flower. You offer that up. Why? When you offer that up as offering the doors of the indulgences. The doors. So once the doors are closed, indulgences cannot come in. That's a symbolic belief. Then, from the corpse, you have food. Oh, good, thank you. This is a wrathful flower. No, not this one. In any of the tantric practices, you do not go out and slay a little animal and offer it up like this and pretend you're all holy. You don't take your best friend and do that either. It's all visualized. No Tibetan lamas go and catch a little kid, chop them up, and offer a wrathful flower to set up. Nobody does that. What do you think? You go down to downtown over there in Karasiwarta. You go to downtown Delhi, and in the back alley you see the Dalai Lama catching a rat and cutting off the head and making a wrathful offering saying it's a tantric practice? I don't think so. It's all visualized. Buddhist practice does not harm. So this is a wrathful flower. This is the skull. This is the eyeball. That's your nose. That's your tongue. That's your ears. That's your heart. And it's flaming. Why? It's flaming because this one is what's creating all the fire and anger and unhappiness. So you offer that as a flower. Then the first bowl you offer is blood. So you take this corpse, you take all the blood and put it in there. Blood is considered essence of the body. Without blood, it can't function. You offer that first. Water for drinking. The second one is bile. Wash the feet. That's another liquid we have in our body. The third one is flour. Don't you love that? Bring that to your wife. Happy anniversary. If she's a tantric practitioner, she's a yogini, she'll say thank you. If she's not, she'll say, ew, that's gross. Then, the next one is incense. Incense. What is that? You take the bones of the body, of this body, and you erect it up, standing up like a pyramid, and you light it. And the smoke that comes from it, the smell is incense. Then the next one is light, the fat of the body. And from some of you, we can make pretty big candles. So from the fat of your body, we squeeze all the fat out, and we make a big, huge offering of light. That's a wrathful light. I mean, what's butter anyways? And then you light that as letting go of attachment to your body. The next one is urine. Everybody's got urine. You fill up that, offer up the urine. The next one is flesh. Chop up the flesh. There you go. The last one is you save the thigh bones. You save the thigh bones of your legs, you make a thigh bone trumpet. And you offer that wrathful offering to Setra. That is a wrathful way of purifying. Then there's a prayer that goes along with that, which is confession of all the negativities that we have done to others, to ourselves, breaking our vows, to our gurus, to our teachers, to our friends, to our family, all that we have broken. And we offer all this up. Why? This represents all the broken commitments and all the vows. Why? This ugliness represents the result of those vows if left unpurified. Okay? Then along with that, we have a special 5-part offering to Setra. 1 bowl of tsamba. You can ask one of my assistants, what is that? That's barley flour that is cooked, mixed with butter. Tsamba. Here, I don't think you can get easily or obtain it. You can offer instead something made of a flour. Flour. So it can be biscuits or cookies or whatever. All right, 1 bowl of flour based food. The next one is 1 cup of beer or alcohol. The next one is milk. The next one is yogurt, and the last one is black tea. These are the 5 special substances to offer to Setra. Okay? Along with that, on the outside, you should have beautiful incense burning. Like in my place, I was offered a beautiful bowl from Tibet, with dragons and all that stuff, and I offer protector incense every single day. Outside, you don't do it inside, your fire alarm will go off. Offer incense every day to protector. You can get protector incense. Beautiful. And then, along in your altar, you have precious butter lamps made of the best materials. You have precious mandala, precious silver bowls or whatever bowl you can afford. Along with that, you should put different types of animals. Animals related to a supreme forest as an offering to Setra. Why does he need that? The animals are just toys. You offer it as a representation, offering everything pleasant in the world, that you can offer this to other sentient beings, what they need. Then, you can offer up weapons. I used to buy little weapons, but I don't do anymore because they look silly. I used to buy little weapons or little swords or whatever and put it up in Protector Chapel. I don't think you need to do that at home. Why? The weapons represent what? Weapons are blessed and consecrated, offered, etc. Meaning what? Cut my obstacles. Cut my ego. When you offer up weapons to the wrathful deities, it is representative of creating the karma to cut your ego, which is the cause of all suffering. What is the ego? Ego, in this case, is I'm more important than others. Others are not important. And to hold that view. And to act from that view. So the weapons are offered up to represent that. That's why just now when we saw the video, when the protector took trance of the Oracle of Tibet with the Dalai Lama, you see him holding a sword and dancing. What does that represent? Victory over evil. Evil of what? Here. Buddhism doesn't focus on outer evil. It doesn't deny its existence. It doesn't focus because outer evil is created from inner evil. So the protector dancing joyously is victory over evil and is wielding a sword. The sword represents what? Destruction of one's ego, which is a cause of unhappiness. And the dance is very grand and very martial. Very, very martial. He's the only one that can dance in front of the Dalai Lama. The dance is divine. The dance represents happiness of victorious Buddhahood. Happiness of victorious Buddhahood. So the protector is happy. He's happy about what? He's happy that we overcome the causes for us to suffer even more. So these are things we can offer on our altar. So we offer the peaceful offerings the Lord set up. Then we offer the wrathful offerings. Now you know what the wrathful offerings represent. You offer the peaceful offerings and the wrathful offerings.